Mansur al-Hallāj was the most famous and controversial of all Muslim mystics or Sufis. He was executed in 922 in Baghdad for proclaiming al-Haqq, that is, I am the truth or God. Born in 858 in southern Iran's province of Fars, al-Hallaj had the making of a traditional Muslim. He got married at an early age and had four children. He learned the Quran by heart and took pilgrimage to the Holy Land at least three times. His grandfather was a Zoroastrian. Zoroastrianism was Iran's largest and official religion until Muslim conquest of Iran in 622. Like most others, Zoroastrians, Halaj's father also converted to Islam. The word al-Hallaj means in Arabic a cotton ginner. This is a reference to Mansur al-Hallaj's father, who was a cotton ginner. Now the question arises, why did al-Hallaj claim divinity, knowing fully well that such a claim was punishable with death under the Sharia or Islamic law? The answer consists in looking at God-man or Haqq and Khalq relationship as conceived by the two major schools of Sufism. Number one, Wahdatul Wajud, which is also called monism or pantheism, and number two, Wahdatul Shaud, which is translated as unity of vision. You are watching Wisdom of Life. According to Wahdatul Wajud, God and man, Haqq and Khalq, are different aspects of the same reality. Wahdatul Wajud unmistakably shows the impact of New Platonism and Hinduism on Muslim mysticism. The followers of Wahdatul Wajud were branded as heretic by the Orthodox, and this tradition continues to date. According to the second school, Wahdatul Shaud, God and man are substantially different, and the unity between the two is at best a subjective experience which doesn't correspond to reality. Al-Hallaj came under the influence of Junayd of Baghdad, one of the most eminent of early Muslim mystics. Though not explicitly an exponent of Wahdatul Wajud, Junayd of Baghdad laid the foundations of the later development of this school. Al-Hallaj also traveled to India and came under the influence of Hinduism. During his long stay in India, it is said he experienced a sense of all is one or divine unity. Al-Haqq has the same meaning as the Sanskrit phrase Aham Brahmasmi, which means I am God. Having returned home, Al-Hallaj began to speak openly and publicly about God-man unity. He was identified with what are called intoxicated Sufis, who in the moment of ecstasy experience a sense of merging with God or the ultimate reality. And they do or speak things which sober Sufis won't do. Religious views, however, were not the only reason for al-Hallaj's execution. He was suspected of having links with Karmatians, a 9th century subversive movement based in Iraq. He was also suspected of having links with the Zenj rebellion, which was a black slave revolt against the Abbasid rulers. As in case of Socrates, a combination of religious and political factors led to al-Hallaj's conviction. Al-Hallaj remained in prison for 9 years. He was offered freedom should he recant his views. And his reply was, ask Allah, who uttered those words, to apologize. Before his death, al-Hallaj was brutally tortured. First, his hands and feet were amputated, then his eyes were taken out, and then his tongue was cut off, and finally he was beheaded. The execution occurred in 922 in Baghdad on the orders of the Abbasid Caliph al-Muqtadir. Now the question arises, was al-Hallaj rightfully punished? There are three answers to this question. Number one, according to the Orthodox Muslims, Hallaj was rightfully sentenced to death because he committed shirk, which is the gravest and the unforgivable sin in Islam. Shirk means denying unity of God or monotheism, which is the cardinal and the first principle of Islam. According to the second view, al-Hallaj attained the highest state in Sufism, called fana, leading to baqa, which is characterized by a sense of annihilation of the individual and subsistence forever in the divine. In punishing Hallaj, the views goes, the entire Muslim community put itself on trial. According to the third view, which is a sort of a midway between these two extreme views, by sharing his mystical experience with the uninitiated, al-Hallaj breached a basic principle of Sufism. So these schools believe that al-Hallaj had genuinely a sense of unity with God, but he should not have spoken of his views publicly. But let's wait for the day of judgment to arrive at the truth why Hallaj was actually punished and was his punishment justified. I trust you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel Wisdom of Life. Thanks for your time.